Citizens suggest ways corruption can be curbed in governance. The key suggestions highlighted include eliminating godfatherism factor, promoting ethical leadership, and showing regard for moral values and due process. Some of the persons interviewed by BTV News lamented the negative impact of corruption in governance and the nation at large. They opined that it is not only public office holders that are corrupt, citing several instances where those not occupying political position display corrupt practices.
Let all these senators, their salary should come down. I understand what I'm saying. Let them reduce their salary. It's too high.
First thing is the will to be committed. Because you see, we all sing about corruption every day. I was born to meet it, and I met it. And I've had children, and they met it. So the problem is, we know how to sermonize on corruption. But the problem now is not just talking about corruption. Let us use this holistic approach and say, look, we have decided. If you want to be honest with yourself as a Nigerian, Nigerians have what it takes to do it. You see, when you're talking of corruption, we've been our torchlight to government. But we in the street, the common people, we are taking side with them. We are supporting it. We are encouraging it.
Others are of the view that for corruption to be tackled, the godfatherism factor should not be allowed in politics, adding that this factor is the major reason why most leaders fail to fulfill their campaign promises. They called on all well-meaning citizens and the government to reward individuals who uphold moral value system in the country.
First of all, the primary cause or the primary reason why there's corruption in this country is the issue of godfatherism. Godfatherism is one of the reasons why some of our leaders, when they get to power, they are unable to perform well because they are tied, they are affiliated to this person, affiliated to this person, affiliated to this person. That's why you see, when they make so many promises, when they get there, they are unable to fulfill those promises. And also, this corruption we are talking about, first of all, if we were to be practical, I don't really feel that the problem of corruption is really tied to the government. The corruption we are talking about is not the corruption that is just in a person, in quote. Is a problem that is inside the character and the behavior of almost all the citizens.
I think one of the ways to reduce corruption in governance, one, politicians should be gainfully employed. Because I think most of them, they see politics as employment, which they have no experience in doing anything. So when you elect them into office, they see it as a yardstick to enlope money, to take money. I don't know if you understand. Like, for example, if you get fully employed, you take your experience of employment to where you work. But most politicians, if you do a background check on them, you discover that these people, they've done nothing. They have not worked in any sector before. So when you employ them, they rule everything. All they think about is their stomach infrastructure. So I actually think to make Nigeria work, or for Nigeria to be great, we have to employ people that are intellectually fit, people that have worked, that have a track record, that are people that you know that when you give them a project, they can actually deliver.
Nigeria has become a very complex society, and of course corruption has been part of us. And of course, to remove corruption out of this country, Nigeria, is like draining the blood from the human system, which of course may not be possible. Human beings cannot live without blood. That is what corruption is to Nigeria. But however, the reason for this is because of our loss of foresight on our values. Now, right from inception, the African man will have our value, and we stick to our values. But present generation have no values. They have no regards for our values and cultural practices. And so based on that, some of these things we do not want in our society has become part of us. So what we should do is going back to the values of the society, whereby a thief is given a chieftaincy title. In those days, in some families where you hear this family, they just have one harlot in this family. Nobody goes to that family to marry.
For corrupt practices to be addressed in governance, Nigerians believe that it is not going to be easy, but however stated that with serious commitment from the government and the populace, it is achievable. Seth Obiaifo, reporting for BTV News.